everybody. Today we're going to talk about taking a segment and dividing it into two equal segments or two congruent segments. So let's get started with a couple of vocabulary words. First of all, to bisect. A segment means to divide the segment into two congruent segments. Remember, congruent means the same or equal. So to bisect means to divide the segment into two equal segments. Okay, so if we have this segment here, AB, and we want to bisect it or break it up into two equal parts, we could look for a point right in the middle of that segment AB. We'll call that point M, and M is then called the midpoint. It's the point right smack dab in the middle of segment AB. You could also then draw a line or a ray or a segment right through point M. Say we have a line here. And we could label a point on this red line, let's just say we call it Q. Then line QM, that is called the segment bisector, because QM bisected segment AB. And then last, remember, if we want to show that AM is congruent to MB, we would want to put the same number of slash marks on those two segments to indicate that they have the same length. Okay, let's try some examples. First one, find the desired segment length. Well, you can see here that there's a slash mark at KV and also at VP to let you know that those are equal to each other. So if the entire length from K all the way to P, if that's 30 units long, and then from KV is the same as to VP, well then what would KV and VP both be? Well, you would just take 30 and divide it by 2, which then gives you a length of 15. And if KV is 15, then VP is 15. Okay. Second example. Now here you can see that AB is congruent to BC because they each have one slash mark, and it's first asking us to find the measure of AB. Well, if these are both the same, if AB and BC are both the same, then AB also has to be 17 units long. And then it wants to know, well then how far is it from A all the way to C? Well then you could say we've got 17 from A to B, 17 more from B to C, so 17 plus 17 gives you 34. Okay, next example. Here we can see again that because these both have slash marks, that RS is congruent to ST, and we first want to find X. So if we just set 4x plus 4 equal to 40, then we can solve for X. So first subtract 4 to the other side, and then divide by 4. And we get X is equal to 9. Okay, so now it wants us to find, well, how far is it then from R to S? Well, if we know that X is 9, we can substitute that in to our formula. 4 times 9, we know that's 36, plus 4 gives us 40. ST was already given to us. We know that that's also 40. So then how far is it from R all the way to T? So R all the way to T then, that would be 40 plus another 40, 80. Okay. Now, just like we were doing the distance formula, we also can plot points in a coordinate plane and then find what's the middle point, what's the midpoint between the 2 points that were given to us. So let's talk through a problem here. It says find the coordinates of the midpoint. Okay, so let's first of all plot this first point, the coordinate point 0, 3. So 0, we're not going left or right at all, and then we're going to go up 3. And then 6, negative 4, so we're going to go to the right 6, and then down 4. Okay, so those are the 2 points that were given to us, and they're asking us to find the coordinates of the midpoint. What's the point right in the middle of these 2 points? So connect those 2 points and we'll see how we do. Okay, so to find the middle point, to find the midpoint, think about middle as an average. So here is the formula just above here. Okay, so you're going to take an average of the 2 x's. This is my first x coordinate. This is my second x coordinate. You're going to take those 2 x coordinates and find the average. So 0 plus 6 and then divide it by 2. Okay, and then do the same thing for the y's. We'll find the middle y coordinate. So we've got our first y and our second y. So we're going to add those together. 3 plus negative 4 and divide that by 2. Okay, so now we just need to simplify this. 0 plus 6 is 6 divided by 2, that gives us 3. Now 3 plus negative 4, well that's negative 1. Negative 1 divided by 2, we can just leave that negative 1/2. Okay, so if we did everything right, let's find the coordinate point 3 and then down 1/2. This right here would be our middle point, and it looks like it's about halfway between the initial 2 points that we plotted. Good job, guys.